senses see. This is a secret that they've known in ancient Egypt. They know it in the Vatican. Everywhere you go in the Vatican, you see this.
From Indian scriptures to Western traditions, many sages and saints have talked about this doorway to the ultimate blissfulness. Many skeptics among us would feel this to be ancient jargon, but studies show that
because everything that he said, denouncing me and then confirming me and then talking about, oh, blah, 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 that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released. And before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy. See, that's the problem with running your mouth, Vlad. That's the problem. You didn't realize on Monday that every word that you said was going to be invalidated on Tuesday.
He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed that as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter
Peanut butter and jelly. Let's deal with the sandwich.
She's just one
We asked you this
girl.
last time, and Piers Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think they will? The Carters will speak about any of this at all? Do you just feel like they'll make any statement about what's going
Beyonce is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said it. Just pretending like life is great because.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she said. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like the artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me, I'm trying to move beyond Diddy, I'm love now. It seems like Jay-Z will try to run away from himself.
Calling that nigga loving anything that he did love. Brother love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip-hop would take it this far.
Oh man, it's different now.
These lyrics are all hitting different right now. All that people talking about, fathers, all kinds of stuff.
So let's just start with Piers Morgan, because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful that people are running with, where it just says, Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Piers Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me. I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Gotta hold easy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself. That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the blood. And there were so many people that hacked into so many of my accounts. People didn't even know how to get in touch with me anymore. And Odell created that lane. And they reached out to him. Piers Morgan's producers called him directly. And we talked about it briefly, and I said, we have to do it. We have to. Because the one thing I know about Piers Morgan is he is smart prey. And not only is he smart prey, he is a great conductor of information. He also vets things viciously. And I want to thank you for that. Because if my word is good enough to make it through Piers Morgan's firewall of please don't sue me, then I guess he just vetted me for every ounce of real life content on this blue couch. We thank you for that.
Do you feel that Piers Morgan allowed you to get, because you only have so many minutes, I know you don't know exactly how the show is going to be structured. Did you get what you want to say out? And was there more for you to say? Of course there's more to say.
I'll never have enough to say.
Right.
There will never be enough screen time for me to say. But what I will say is, I'm grateful for the questions he asked. I'm grateful for the time he gave me to answer. And I pray that I was able to hit everything that needed to be hit for the public.
How did you feel about Vlad going after you?
I loved it. I saw the lineup immediately.
Right.
Especially when I saw the lawyer Ariel, kid that came after. What Pierce did was brilliant journalism. He created a beef without there being one. And he created multiple episodes for confrontation after. It's brilliant.
It is, Vlad has said you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
He has never wanted you on a show. He has never
Ever.
reached out to you.
You know what? Hold up. Drum roll. Where do I find that receipt?
Oh, we got, is there, yeah, there's
No,
receipts?
it's on your YouTube, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
let me go over here to my baby's channel, Set in the West. Shout out to
Shout out
Set
to
in the
West,
West.
running the numbers up. Go there for all the exclusive.
You know, it's so funny. I love bigging his channel up.
Yeah.
I love it. I do. I love it. I love having a man that not only do I agree with his content, but it's great. And I can be like, ooh, my man over there doing, get over there.
I love to see something from scratch, turning up, going from,
Right?
I mean, it was already something, but to just see it rise to the right. No diddy. I love to see that.
Yeah, no, he's as much of an information bloodhound as I am. Is it in? Why does it say stash? That's not you. Oh no, somebody else covered it. Got it. The channel. I forgot I had to resubscribe again. I have so many
Jack,
channels.
come on, man. Jack, you
That
you
get
gotta be
deleted.
subscribed to Set in the West. You can't.
I know. I didn't realize I didn't subscribe on this phone. No, because they get deleted, and I keep moving, and I forget.
Oh, man.
Okay. Is it on the community feed, baby?
Yeah.
It's a
video?
video. Oh.
What is the video of?
Hold on. Let's see. Oh, DJ Vlad, you're wrong.
Oh, shoot.
Is that it? I don't know why more people aren't looking at this, but why isn't it playing? Is there a the Bluetooth? That's what it is. Hold on. You know, I have so many phones and I never know what's connected to what and who and why. Those were going to, okay, here we go. Yes. Alrighty. See, there's a receipt. And this is what I love when people say, she never has any receipt. She don't have any receipt. Everyone is the devil.
Everyone wanted to go to any flight parties. When they were happening, if I got an invite, I would go. But there's a party within a party.
This is kind of fist of tyranny that has been punching for decades. It must stop.
Jaguar right. The conspiracy theorist. Bro! Vlad. Hey, Vlad. Vlad TV, a.k.a.
Because he is a tech guy. That's his background.
I met
Before
you on
vlogging.
red carpet at the homie YG. Shout out to YG. I'm from Compton, but YG's from Bombay.
From Bompton.
I met you at his red carpet, and you were surprised to know. You were surprised that I knew who you were. I know you a tech guy. You come from a tech background. I got a tech background, so you know people know each other. Yeah.
Techie.
And I met you, and you know you were like, oh shit, yeah. You know, I said, hey, what's up, man? You know, this what it is.
Like Taki.
Glad, bro.
What's going on?
Yeah, he is.
You're not hip hop.
At
You're
all.
about as DJ as DJ Tanner from Full House. You're about as DJ as DJ Academics.
He's a dick jockey. He's not a journalist at all. He's a chronologist.
Glad. You know you're wrong.
Well, because he said he would never sit with us.
No, I know.
He said he would never sit with me. Never had to do it. Never
How can
wanted
you
to
live
talk
like
to me.
this?
But I got receipts. Glad. Why did you reach out to Jag back in June asking for Jag to use the show?
Why you do that, man?
Glad, why you playing in our face?
Why? Why you lying on his podcast?
And Glad. And your fat ass wife.
We'll stop there. Let's be very clear. This is the email that DJ Vlad sent me, his producer sent me, asking me to appear on his podcast on YouTube just after the Cassie video was released on my birthday. I saw it. I never responded. Odell responded. Weeks and weeks later. But then again, Diddy was already in trouble, so you really didn't need to talk to me because you couldn't do much disinformation with me. I guess that's why your friend from the Star Report, or should I say the Comet Report, because he crashed out just like a comet. I guess that's why he was so upset. When I started asking him relevant questions about why he's popping up a liar.
Get up here!
At this
We need
point
to
in
get the
time,
others.
Vlad, I think it's only fair to say that Carol Johnson, your assistant,
Get up!
unless you're saying you didn't know, she sent this on your behalf.
Don't you see that
You did
damn
want me on
ladder?
your show.
I mean, which makes sense. For the kind of content he chased,
Get
Yeah.
up!
it makes
He's
sense.
always looking to put a case on somebody to
Yeah.
move him out of the way.
With that being said, was it
We've got
was
to
it
rescue
stated
the
that
others.
you weren't gonna rebuttal Vlad at that time? Did they let you know?
I didn't even know Vlad was going to be on. Like I said, it was brilliant.
Give it up!
Because everything that he said, denouncing me and then confirming me and then talking about, that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released. And before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy. See, that's the problem with running your mouth, Vlad. That's the problem. You didn't realize on Monday that every word that you said was going to be invalidated on Tuesday. See, that's what happens when you're a liar. See, I didn't have to worry about what I said on Monday. Because I knew what I said on Monday was going to hold up on Wednesday. The truth needs no support, just time and room.
Why do you think Vlad has been allowed to take root in our culture and be able to do as many things as he's been able to do?
I believe, in my opinion, that he is an information and disinformation agent. I think the reason why it's hard for anyone to attach him to any American agency is because he isn't a part of the agency. I have reason to believe that he is Mossad. Israeli intelligence background. I mean, you were born in that region, or at least your people come from that region. You marry a black woman, you get your little black sympathy, get into the culture a little bit, act like you want to make black people famous and you care about this and that. I remember when we started that. You wanna know what was funny? A friend of mine that worked for Homeland Security told me to never sit with you because this isn't the first time you reached out to me, Vlad. You reached out to me in 2008 after me and Mr. Carter had a very unfortunate incident. Your life is about as and your background it's about as easily tracked as Barack Obama's.
Tracked.
Like there's something very wrong with you. And not only that, let's look at the list of SA predators you're involved with in business currently. You're being championed as a friend by the Comet Report, who was thrown off of radio for threatening to assault SA, a 4-year-old child. His partner, I know for a fact, committed statutory SA. And I feel bad because I talked that girl out of filing her report like she wanted to.
Farah, you're alive!
Just
Because
barely.
you told me
Where are the others?
she was a
Inside,
liar.
but I know
but
where
you
they are.
told me
Get up here and
like
we'll
the
get
both
them
of y'all
in
got
together.
some
I
weird
can't climb up there from here.
Ah, damn it.
And
Well, we
then,
got
Vlad,
some kind of setup for hauling
you
cargo.
do a
Maybe you can
podcast
use
with
it
a
to come
Hollywood
around the other
plant
side.
who
All
was
right.
convicted of
I'm on my
child
way.
grooming and SA and all of that. And his name is Aries Spears. You get this pervert. You get birds of a feather flock together. And then D.L. Hughley, you have him as a running guy on your show. And everybody knows what Monique told us all about, how he let his friend essay his daughter and refused to believe his daughter until the money ran out, and then all of a sudden you found something wrong with it. Like everyone in your orbit, lad, is a weirdo. And you're white. You don't even look remotely hip hop. Nigga, you look like you should have like done the reprisal for Fiddler on the Roof. You act like that running around from 10 rooftops to 10 rooftops playing your little weirdo music. You know, that was based, that whole movie, The Fiddler on the Roof, that came out of Eastern Europe, right on the edge of Russia, where your people are from, where Mossad is very involved.
Do you think they asked Vlad before he came on what is his thoughts on you?
I'm sure they chat. But the thing is
Makes for good
this,
TV.
the only thing, it's great TV. Like I said, I thought it was brilliant. But the thing is the only way that he could have been cloaked from a vetting team as fierce as Piers Morgan's is if he was being covered by a government.
So what are your thoughts on Ariel then? She comes on last as a lawyer for one of the Diddy accusers. She actually backs your, she actually
And yeah, she
She actually
corroborated the
cooperates.
fact that she saw the very videotapes that I said were about to be sold right here on this couch just a couple months ago. Why is everyone so late? I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the darknet. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Right here. And now we got a lawyer who has seen it. But I ain't got no receipts. Okay. You know what my receipt is? Reality and time.
Jaguar Wright is not here for Piers Morgan, selling her out and throwing her under the bus.
Up 24.
Now every movie, especially
$1,000 in 4 trading days, and if I click over here, you
the latest superhero movies is telling you the same.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all?
And I'm gonna call you a bitch until you start acting like a woman, because that fancy.
This may not make sense. I ask that you do not immediately shut this.
I still got a relationship with Puff. Whenever I talk to him, it's always gonna be the same.
Listen, during the late 1990s.
The North Pole. So, court documents have finally confirmed that the baby oil was not just baby oil. Hey guys.
The problem was I married.
The dark occultists know that the thing that is ultimately generating our...
In a new lawsuit, she accuses the Dream of battery and trafficking. The lawsuit was filed yesterday in Los Angeles. Shanaz reportedly made music under the name Channy Monroe.
Time Grammy-winning singer and producer The Dream has collaborated with the likes of Beyonce and Rihanna, but a new lawsuit filed in California yesterday details disturbing accusations involving someone who says they considered him a mentor.
Is Jay-Z up next? Jaguar is now alleging that Jay-Z is actually a lot worse than P. Diddy. He's just more smarter and calculated. Jaguar alleges that Jay-Z also plays a part in grooming young girls in the early 90s, such as Foxy Brown and Aaliyah, to name a few, and you know who else, but I can't say her name.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
Step aside, folks, there's a new drama king in town. The Dream is catching some Diddy-like heat, and things aren't looking too rosy for him. But wait, there's more. Beyonce and Jay-Z are caught in this whirlwind too. The Dream was basically Beyonce's musical sidekick, penning a bunch of her chart toppers, and he was tight with Jay-Z as well. Now this trio is in some seriously hot water. The Dream insists these allegations are untrue and defamatory, but in today's era of Diddy's, that might not fly in court. Word on the street is the feds are sniffing around Jay-Z's financial moves, and guess what? He's supposedly tangled up in some financial monkey business with Diddy. In case you've been hiding under a rock, here's the scoop. Diddy's investigation has exploded recently. It started with a minor slapping scandal and has escalated to full-blown money laundering and RICO charges. Now here's where it gets extra spicy. Jay-Z and Diddy are best buds, like, let's make some serious money moves together, tight. And just to clear it up for the millionth time, those Jay and Bey breakup rumors are total nonsense because Bey and Jay are rock solid. But here's the tea. They're scrambling to separate their assets because Jay-Z's cash is all tangled up in Diddy's sketchy business. If the feds uncover what they're looking for, it could get really messy. Diddy's allegedly laundering money that's definitely not from a lemonade stand, if you know what I mean. There are even whispers about cartel connections. And let's dish on Diddy, who supposedly has secret bank accounts hidden in Germany, Italy, and possibly so many more places that we don't even know about yet. It's all linked together like a wild conspiracy web. But you're probably asking, what's Queen Bey got to do with all this besides being Jay-Z's loyal partner? Stay tuned, because this drama is just getting started. Here's the scoop. The Dream isn't just Beyonce's BFF. He's her ghostwriter, collaborator, and the genius behind a lot of her hits. They're the ultimate dream team, always cooking up magic in the studio together. He's played a huge role in her career, co-producing and co-writing tons of her songs, including some on Carter Force. So yeah, they're super tight. Meet Terius Adamu Yagestilda Diamant, aka The Dream. Born Youngdell Nash on September 20th, 1977 in Atlanta, Georgia, he's a big deal in the music world. As an American singer, songwriter, and record producer, he's carved out his own unique space, working closely with his longtime partner, Tricky Stewart, to create hits that have shaped genres and generations. Running his own label, Radio Killa Records, The Dream has kept pushing boundaries and influencing the music scene. In 2018, he dropped the ambitious triple album Ménage à Trois, tape volume 1, 2, 3, 1, followed by mixtape 4-Wide in 2020. His label has also been a launchpad for artists like August Alsina and Christina Milian, helping them find their voices and achieve their own success. Back in 2015, The Dream teamed up with Jay-Z to launch a new label. You'd think it would be all about hip-hop, right? Wrong. Here's the scoop. The Dream and his longtime collaborator Tricky Stewart partnered with Jay-Z to create an art label called Contra Paris. The Vibe, pure downtown NYC art scene circa 1980. They weren't just making music, they were building an entire movement focused on art overall, period. Think Basquiat meets hip-hop with a dash of avant-garde flair. The Dream himself described it to hotnewhiphop.com, saying, "We've got these young guys who can be Basquiat with great gifts, and I want to couple my music with them and make sure that their work is being seen because I think that's what was so great in the 80s. Now, let's talk about The Dream's impressive track record. He's worked with some of the biggest names in the industry, including Beyonce, Rihanna, Diddy, Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, and Britney Spears. If you've been grooving to Beyonce's Cowboy Carter this year, you should know that The Dream was behind 10 of its 27 tracks. He's been a major player in the music scene, but now his past is catching up with him. Here's a reality check. If you think the music business is all glitz and glam, with groupies lining up for autographs, think again. The allegations against Diddy and The Dream are a wake-up call. This isn't a rock star fantasy, it's a legal nightmare. Allegedly, Diddy's been serving up some special drinks and party favors that aren't exactly on the menu. Rumor has it he's been slipping stuff into drinks and blunts to keep people around. Here's the real deal. The groupie lifestyle isn't all it's cracked up to be. Those rock star fantasies, pure illusions. Now, The Dream, the genius behind Beyonce's chart toppers, is under fire with some serious allegations. A former protege has come forward with grave accusations, claiming he trapped her in a toxic relationship, coerced her into non-consensual acts, and recorded them as a form of blackmail. She alleges he had security watching her every move and kept a weapon close during their encounters. If these claims hold any truth, The Dream's career could be in serious trouble. The Dream, along with his label Contra Paris and Epic Records, is named in this bombshell lawsuit. The charges include sex, battery, and trafficking, according to the lawsuit filed by Chaniaz Mangro. She's speaking out to prevent future horrific abuse. Let me explain it simply. There's a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles using California's SA and Cover-Up Accountability Act. Mangro, also known as Channy Monroe in the music world, says her relationship with The Dream started in early 2014. She was 23 years old and from the Netherlands. The Dream promised her big success like Beyonce or Rihanna, but instead of good treatment, she says things turned bad fast. Mangro decided to speak up. She says, "It was really hard for me to talk about what happened because it hurt a lot. But what The Dream did made it impossible for me to live the life I wanted. I want to tell my story to heal, and I hope it helps others and stops this kind of abuse from happening again." The accusations against The Dream are really serious. Mangro says he made her do some really bad stuff. She claims he forced her to have intimacy without protection, choked her during intimacy, made her do things on camera, and threatened to show the videos to everyone. She even says he made her do stuff in public places like a theater. It's awful. She tried to tell someone important at Epic Records what was happening, but they didn't really help. At that time, she was signed to The Dream's label, which Epic Records helped with. Mangro's main goal, as she explains in the complaint, is to speak up for herself and other women who've been hurt by powerful men in the music world. She wants justice and hopes her story will stop this kind of thing from happening again. It's about taking back her identity as both an artist and a woman.
The lawsuit says that The Dream told Shani that she needed to, quote, belong to him so that they could become the next Beyonce and Jay-Z, and that the only reason he achieved such great success with Beyonce is because they created a, quote, sanctuary together, which allowed him to know Beyonce in a way that others could not, and that's why he writes the best songs for her. Dream allegedly explained that a sanctuary was even stronger than a spousal connection because it was about art. He said that his relationship with Beyonce was so close that he knew about Beyonce's pregnancy before her husband, Jay-Z.
She listed several examples of his mistreatment, laying out examples like Dream locked Ms. Mangro in a dark room adjacent to a recording studio, violently having intercourse with her, and then leaving her alone, undressed in the dark, for hours on end, returning to again have intercourse with her and demand that she tell him she loved him. But wait, there's more. The lawsuit says The Dream had total control over everything in Mangro's life in the US. He decided where she lived, how she got around, and even what she ate. It's like he was watching her all the time, constantly calling and texting to know where she was. He's also accused of having his own key to her hotel room and would just show up without warning. The court documents said he kept a close track of her location at all times, calling and texting her at all hours to demand updates on her location, or even keeping his own key to Ms. Mangrove's hotel room so that he could enter whenever he pleased with no notice. Dream persuaded her to move to Atlanta by making some promises. He said she'd get a contract soon, he'd find her a good apartment, and he'd pay for her expenses until she got her advance money. Excited by these promises, Ms. Mangrove flew to Amsterdam on February 17, 2015, ready to start her new life in Atlanta. But just as she was settling into her seat, Dream sent her a message on social media. At first, it seemed positive, with him talking about finalizing their plans. But then, unexpectedly, he asked her for explicit photos. Dream had been talking a big game about respecting her and sorting out a fair contract, but then he pulls this stunt? It's like he didn't even read the memo on boundaries. He basically showed zero respect for her as a professional and just totally trampled over any boundaries. Once she got to ATL, things got even weirder. She's stuck in a Residence Inn, miles away from anything, with Dream's goon Garland playing bodyguard. Turns out Garland's packing heat supposedly for protection, but really because Dream's got a domestic violence charge and can't have weapons. With no cars and no cash, Ms. Mangrove's totally dependent on Dream for everything. And he's not shy about reminding her of that fact, making her check in with him daily like some kind of parole officer. But wait, there's more. Dream's up to some serious mind games, giving Ms. Mangrove a hard time for wanting to hit the studio and even snooping through her stuff, including her meds. He totally loses it when he discovers her birth control pills, accusing her of disrespecting him by not wanting to get pregnant. The court documents said Dream refused to wear protection and regularly ejaculated inside of Ms. Mangrove against her protests. When he discovered she was taking birth control, he became enraged because he believed it to be a sign of disrespect. She was forced to hide her birth control pills under a mattress. Dream berated Ms. Mangrove while having intercourse with her, calling her ungrateful and insisting that she praise him and declare her loyalty to him. It went on to say that, not surprisingly, Ms. Mangrove had a pregnancy scare shortly after she arrived to live in Atlanta. Dream sent Garland to buy a pregnancy test, and when it came back negative, Ms. Mangrove let Dream know via text. He immediately called Ms. Mangrove and screamed at her for almost an hour because he said it was an insult to him that she was happy that she was not pregnant. This story gets worse because Shanaz went on to claim that he allegedly forced her into recording an adult tape after getting her drunk. In the very early morning of February 25, 2015, while at Triangle Sound Studio, Dream plied Ms. Mangrove with alcohol and marijuana and forced her to have intercourse with him while he recorded it. Ms. Mangrove, who was highly intoxicated, tried to stop Dream from recording, but he refused. And just like Diddy, the game sent the video around, even showing it to his bodyguard Garland, who started to make weird and inappropriate comments about Shanaz's body. She also claimed that the Dream used the video to blackmail her into keeping her mouth shut. And speaking of Garland, Shanaz claimed that the Dream used him to keep her in line with some thinly veiled threats. The lawsuit said Garland would tell her that all she needed to worry about was keeping Dream happy. As he explained in sum and substance, if Dream says something is vanilla, even if you see and know it's chocolate, if Dream tells you it's vanilla, it's vanilla. Garland casually made statements that he would kill anyone who had an issue with Dream. Given that he regularly displayed his gun, Ms. Mangrove took his statement as a veiled threat. She also claimed that he would manipulate her using Beyonce and Rihanna, pointing out how he had written multiple hits for both women. He claimed that the reason he was able to achieve success with them was that they completely submitted to him, and Shanaz needed to do the same. The court documents said he regularly used Ms. Mangrove's admiration for Beyonce as a way to manipulate Ms. Mangrove, telling her that the only reason he achieved such great success with Beyonce is because they created a sanctuary together, which allowed him to know Beyonce in a way that others could not, and consequently, he could write the best songs for her. Dream explained that a sanctuary was even stronger than a spousal connection because it was about art. Being part of a sanctuary with Dream meant that Ms. Mangrove was required to disclose all of her secrets and thoughts and become trust partners with him. He said that his relationship with Beyonce was so close that he knew about Beyonce's pregnancy before her husband, Jay-Z. He also made it seem like Rihanna was jealous of Beyonce and wanted his attention to herself, so he made her feel guilty that he was working with her instead of focusing on Rihanna. The documents said Dream frequently pitted Rihanna against Beyonce, implying that Rihanna was fighting for his attention and was frustrated that he was giving it to Beyonce instead of her. He said that Rihanna was begging him for good records, but because of his special sanctuary relationship with Beyonce, he saved them for Beyonce, and that Ms. Mangro could be part of that as well. According to Dream, Rihanna was possessive over him and got angry when he worked with Beyonce. In an apparent effort to reiterate how grateful Ms. Mangro should be for the opportunity to work with him, Dream told her that Rihanna would frequently send him flowers and other gifts. He reiterated that Rihanna had to work to make him give her hit records, and he was choosing to work with Ms. Mangro instead. When Complex reached out for a comment, Shanaz Mangro's powerhouse legal team, Douglas H. Wigdor and Meredith Feiertag, didn't hold back. They delivered a statement that highlighted the systemic abuse in the music industry. This is yet another horrific example of how men in the music industry exploit their power and influence to manipulate and harm others. Dream, much like Sean Combs did with Ms. Ventura and others, leveraged his status as a prominent artist and producer to subject Ms. Mangro to vicious physical, psychological, and while she will never fully recover from what he and those who supported him did to her, her willingness to speak out now is a testament to her extraordinary strength. We are honored to represent her. However, the Dream denied this in a statement. These claims are untrue and defamatory.
It's like Ashton Kutcher. If you're not interested in understanding consciousness, this video is not for you.
On news programs.
Picking the right man. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sophia. Thank you for having me on.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 25, so
25.
a bit younger than some of the people you've been having on.
Well, did you have a question or do you want to talk about the topic?
Both. So one, I haven't been listening to you for a super long time, but I've come in and out of different lives. And one thing I was noticing is you don't always necessarily talk about the monolithic woman in maybe the best light. And I would love to know, what do you like about women?
The monolithic woman in the best
Or
light.
well, I feel like you act like women all act the same when they don't necessarily. And so I would love to know what do you like about women?
Just a second. Audience, I want you to fix your eyes on the screen over here. Everyone is special. No one can be generalized. All women act the same. Do you think women act more similar or different?
I mean, I think just overly, I don't like.
I don't care what you you keep saying right. Ma'am, hold on. I want to, let's do this. Let's do this. How about the education?
Yeah.
Are generalizations valid?
To a point, but we need to be specific of I assume
Okay,
you're talking about women.
You have Bluetooth? You have a Bluetooth or something? Are you on Bluetooth or something?
No, it's making a weird feedback here. I can move you. Does that sound better?
Well, yeah, with the are generalizations valid? You said what?
I think I referenced that
Are generalizations valid?
It's specific to the area you're making the generalization. So if we're talking about women in
It's hot in Arizona. It's hot in Arizona. Is it always hot in Arizona?
For the most part, yes.
But it's not always. But is the generalization valid?
Are you there? Yes, for sure.
Okay. All right. So what I talk about is broad generalizations that are broadly true. Why do we need to go into the tangential or the nuance?
I think for me, I've been waiting to see someone that has a similar train of thought or belief system as me on your show, or you talking about someone like me that is specific or broad. So for example, a lot of times you have women on your show who are 30s and above with things in and out of relationships. That's not me. And so when I'm going into the show, I'm like, is he going to talk about someone like me? And so that's
what does that mean? What's someone like you?
I'm waiting to have sex till marriage. So when dating, me dating was different than someone really
Ma'am, I've had at least 7 shows. Very top.
Okay. And I did say I was new, so I definitely missed it, and that's on me.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there was 3 or 4 videos of this year.
Okay.
Is this a religious belief?
Yeah, for the most part. It's like a promise I made to God. So yeah.
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
What I'm doing is I'm asking at 25, they're waiting till marriage to have sex, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what I'm trying to understand is where that belief comes from, number one, and how strongly it's attached.
Very strong.
All right, so you attend church regularly?
I just moved to DC about a year ago during COVID, so it's been pretty hard to find church. But I've worked in ministry for a while, and I'm still very part of my church back home as well, just online, so not a physical church.
So the answer is no.
But because of COVID, they only have online churches.
And we've been we could have been there.
I mean,
They are doing commerce with your name. Your birth certificate is a bond. You are a billionaire. The sun is our savior. There's 3 suns, by the way. The Mithrakes and Zoroastrians, they taught that there are 3 suns. Your torso knows about redshift blueshift. Everything that you see with your physical eyes that is electrical comes from outer space. The red chakra has 4 petals in it, so 4 petals. When you multiply with the 1,000-petaled lotus on the top, the crown, Chronos chakra, then you get 144,000, the magical number. It's in you. Why has the bottom one got 4 petals, and why has, which is red, and why has the blue chakra got 16 petals? Because they're telling you it has a higher frequency. If you get a blue laser, as opposed to a red laser, which one is going to burn you more? Which one's more powerful, red or blue? Everything is atomic. The problem is, most people don't know what an atom is. And when you learn and know what an atom is, it is a trinity, a neutron, a proton, and an electron. You will find that that trinity transfers into every other field of human knowledge. In religion, it's called the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In science, it's dielectricity, magnetism, and electricity, the 3 field modalities of the universe. Everything is magnetic. In fact, God is magnetism. Energy is conscious. Energy is intelligent. Nothing is not. And that's what...
Yeah, so with the pre-funded program, we literally brought something out that nobody has done, nobody has been able to do. So the main challenge of prop firms as a whole is passing the challenge, right? And we were like, okay, what if we get rid of that? What if we just completely get rid of that step and get people the funded account itself?
But how?
Like right off the bat. Exactly. That's where it comes in. That's where we had to partner up with a bunch of prop firms, show them track records of our consistent trading, that we're profitable, all kinds of stuff, for them to allow us to allocate capital to different people. So we have a strategy that really...
All right, so this is why everybody thinks Diddy Tupac. So you know the whole mystery surrounding Tupac? Well,
I literally had handcuffs put on me.
Yeah, wait, that morning...
While we were at the front desk showing the attendant that he was stalking us and the hotel live online.
It seems like Jaguar Wright may have gotten herself into some deep trouble. Rumor has it that some big Hollywood executives are now gunning for her, and they're not holding back. Jaguar's been calling out some of the most influential people in the entertainment industry, really turning up the heat over the past few weeks. And now it looks like she's facing the music, and things aren't looking too good for her. These powerful people seem determined to shut her down for good. Now, we've all seen Jaguar Wright make enemies with some very powerful figures figures in Hollywood. People have been predicting for a while that she'd end up in hot water because she's always dropping some seriously juicy gossip. Thanks to her, we've gotten the lowdown on some of our favorite celebrities and they're behind.
We are experiencing what's called the Great.
Nikki Heaton was 19 years old when her pop career took off. She was going to be the next.
Oh, I'll tell you what's going on with Diddy. He's facing multiple lawsuits.
The word Christ is.
Welcome to Truth Mafia.
Chicago. Julian would have been 11 years old today, but in 2008 he was murdered, along with Jennifer Hudson's mother.
Have you forgiven him?
Yes. We tried to offer love.
When I saw that audition for that movie part, I saw a depth and a range and a soulfulness that really ranks at the top level.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time.
Cat Williams, currently making headlines for potentially exposing influential figures in Hollywood, has once again highlighted how these prominent individuals allegedly orchestrate efforts to sacrifice their loved ones for fame. One person who has particularly come under the spotlight is Jennifer Hudson.
I feel like as though we have like a new beginning, and it's beautiful. You know, we're still blessed, and I mean, we've had our loss, but
On October 24th, 2008, the serene neighborhood of Inglewood on Chicago's South Side was shattered by the discovery of 3 heinous unalivements. The victims were Jennifer Hudson's mother, Darnell Donnerson, her brother Jason Hudson, and her nephew Julian King. Darnell Donnerson and Jason Hudson were found shot to death inside their home. The body of 7-year-old Julian King was found 3 days later on October 27th in an abandoned vehicle. He had also been shot. The discovery of these crimes was initiated by Hudson's sister, Julia Hudson, who found the bodies of their mother and brother. Realizing that her son Julian was missing, an Amber Alert was issued, sparking a widespread search. Unfortunately, this search ended in tragedy with the discovery of Julian's body, adding another layer of grief to the already devastated Hudson family. The investigation into the unalivements quickly zeroed in on William Balfour, Julia Hudson's estranged husband. Balfour had a history of violence and had previously threatened the Hudson family. His relationship with Julia was tumultuous, marked by frequent arguments and a separation. Despite these warning signs, the true extent of his violent capabilities became horrifyingly clear in the wake of the unalivements. Balfour was arrested on October 24th, the same day the bodies of Donnerson and Jason Hudson were discovered. Initially held on a parole violation, Balfour was not immediately charged with the unalivements as investigators worked to gather sufficient evidence. His fingerprints were found on the vehicle where Julian King's body was discovered, and ballistics matched the gun used in the unalivements to a weapon associated with Balfour. In December 2008, William Balfour was formally charged with 3 counts of first-degree M and 1 count of home invasion. The prosecution's case rested heavily on physical evidence and witness testimony that placed Balfour at the scene of the crime and linked him to the unalivements. The trial of William Balfour began in April 2012, nearly 4 years after the unalivements. During the trial, the prosecution painted a picture of Balfour as a jealous and vengeful individual who could not accept Julia Hudson's decision to leave him. They argued that his actions were driven by a combination of spite and possessiveness. Key evidence presented during the trial included the testimony of neighbors who heard gunshots and saw Balfour at the Hudson residence around the time of the unalivements. Additionally, cell phone records and surveillance footage further implicated Balfour. The defense, however, attempted to cast doubt on the prosecution's case, arguing that the evidence was circumstantial and that there were other possible suspects. Jennifer Hudson took the stand during the trial, delivering a powerful testimony. She spoke about the last time she had seen her family and described her relationship with Balfour.
Can you cover me again?
Her emotional testimony underscored the personal loss she had suffered and highlighted the profound impact of the unalivements on her life. On May 11, 2012, after 3
I've got a
days
clear
of
sight with my
deliberation,
rifle until the
the
palace
jury
wall.
found William Balfour guilty on all counts. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, ensuring that he would spend the rest of his life in prison. The verdict provided a measure of justice for the Hudson family, though it could never fully heal the wounds left by such a devastating loss. The unalivements of Jennifer Hudson's family members had a profound and lasting impact on her life and career. At the time of the tragedy, Hudson was at the height of her success, having recently won an Academy Award for her role in Dreamgirls and achieving critical acclaim as a singer. The sudden and violent loss of her loved ones was a shock that reverberated through her personal and professional life. In the immediate aftermath, Hudson took a step back from the public eye, canceling appearances and postponing projects. Her grief was palpable, and the media coverage of the case added to the immense pressure she faced. However, Hudson's resilience and strength became apparent as she gradually returned to her career, channeling her pain into her music and performances. In 2009, Hudson made a powerful comeback at the Super Bowl Texture 3, where she delivered a poignant rendition of the national anthem. This performance was seen as a testament to her enduring talent and resilience. Later that year, she released her second studio album, I Remember Me, which featured songs that reflected her journey through grief and healing. Hudson also established the Julian D. King Gift Foundation in honor of her nephew, Julian King. The foundation focuses on providing stability, support, and positive experiences for children of all backgrounds, aiming to ensure that Julian's memory lives on through acts of kindness and generosity. However, in 2016, Balfour broke his silence, granting a rare interview to ABC7's Chuck Goody from the confines of Pontiac Correctional Center in Illinois. The interview, conducted against the backdrop of Pontiac's imposing walls, provided a chilling glimpse into the mind of a convicted unaliver. Balfour maintained his innocence adamantly, denying any involvement in the unalivements of Darnell Donnerson, Jason Hudson, and 7-year-old Julian King. He portrayed himself as a victim of a vast conspiracy, alleging that evidence was planted and witnesses lied to secure his conviction. Balfour's words, uttered from behind prison walls, offered a haunting insight into his mindset as he grappled with the enormity of the crimes he was accused of committing. I didn't have anything to do with the case and don't know who had anything to do with the case, he asserted, his voice carrying a mixture of defiance and frustration. Despite facing life behind bars, he remained steadfast in his denial of guilt. Throughout the interview, Balfour's demeanor was strikingly calm, almost detached, as if he were recounting a mundane event rather than discussing the brutal unalivements of 3 innocent people. When asked about his whereabouts during the unalivements, he maintained his innocence, stating, "The case, as he puts it, was a triple M in Inglewood in the home of his estranged wife, Julia, Hudson's sister." His words were devoid of emotion, offering no hint of remorse or regret. Balfour's refusal to accept responsibility for his actions was evident in his responses to Goody's probing questions. When asked about witnesses who claimed to have seen him with the unalivement weapon, he dismissed their accounts as lies. "Did you ever have the gun?" Goody asked pointedly. "No, not one time," Balfour replied, his tone unwavering. He portrayed himself as a victim of circumstance, a pawn in a larger conspiracy orchestrated to secure his conviction. As the interview progressed, Balfour's narrative became increasingly convoluted, filled with accusations and deflections aimed at discrediting the prosecution's case against him. He accused his ex-wife Julia and former friends of lying on the stand, painting himself as the true victim of their deceit. "You wanted her dead, didn't you?" Goody probed. "No, not at all," Balfour responded, his denial ringing hollow in the stark confines of the prison walls. Despite overwhelming evidence presented at trial, including cell phone record and gunshot residue, Balfour remained resolute in his assertion of innocence. He claimed that evidence was planted and witnesses coerced to secure his conviction, painting himself as the ultimate scapegoat in a vast conspiracy orchestrated to obscure the truth. One of the most chilling moments of the interview was when Balfour discussed Julian King, the innocent 7-year-old caught in the crossfire. Balfour speculated on the reason behind the child's unalivement, suggesting he may have been caged to prevent identification. His callousness in discussing the tragic death of a young child was jarring, revealing a disturbing lack of empathy or remorse. Goody pressed Balfour on his decision not to testify at trial, a decision he attributed to his trial lawyer. "You could have overruled that," Goody pointed out. Balfour's refusal to provide further details on this matter added another layer of mystery to an already baffling case. Despite facing life in prison without parole, Balfour remained defiant, clinging to his assertion of innocence, even as his appeals were repeatedly denied. A few years later, in 2019, Jennifer Hudson sat down for a new interview with British paper The Guardian. In it, the Oscar-winning star got frank about the 2008 unalivements of her mother, brother, and 7-year-old nephew at the hands of her sister Julia's estranged husband, William Balfour. Balfour was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences for the fatal shootings. Hudson, mother to 10-year-old son David, said that despite her grief, she's focused on not letting the tragedy up in her own life. "Thank God," she told the paper. "I think I attribute that first to God, next to the fact that when you experience trauma, it comes and goes, it's always there, but it's a matter of how you deal with it." The former American Idol finalist added that her late loved ones would have wanted her to press forward and do what they would have wanted me to do.
Here goes.
She said, "It would be worse to me not to press forward. I'm hearing my brother's voice say, 'Jenny, knock it off.' He would be angry at me for giving up, or all the things that my mother instilled in us. She prepared us. She would say, 'You know, I'm not always going to be here, and I want you all to be able to make it.' She used to say, 'Without family, you have nothing,' which is why it's so important to take care of family. So if I'm doing that, I know I'm pleasing my mother. As for my nephew, that's where the Julian D. King Gift Foundation, her charity organization, comes from, because he was strong and very smart. So to live in a way that honors them is what presses you forward. Not to mention, thank God that I have a child to live for." That's not to say that Hudson isn't still mourning. Of course you still get sad, she shared. But that's what I go back to. What would my mother say? What would she do? She also remains close with her sister Julia, who lives nearby, in a house purchased by the singer and actress in their native Chicago. Hudson described her sibling as a school bus driver who is a character. Hudson also shared that her late father, a Greyhound bus driver, fathered 27 children. While she hasn't met all of her siblings, she does know quite a few. "Oh yes," she said, 11 girls, 16 boys. I'm the youngest, or at least in the last 2 or 3. And it was always my dream, because I love family, to have a giant table with all my siblings. Just imagine a giant table." However, in a 2020 episode of Oprah's Next Chapter, Hudson revealed that she had forgiven the man convicted of unaliving her family. The Oscar and Grammy winner recalls seeing Balfour in the courtroom during the trial. "It made my skin crawl," she said. In the days that would follow, that negative energy would turn into a feeling of relief as he was convicted of 3 counts of first-degree M. Now that Balfour has been sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences, Hudson says she forgives him. "For the most part, it's not his fault," said Hudson. "It's like what he was taught and how he was brought up. We tried to offer love. He was so far gone, he couldn't even see that. He never had a chance." As for the impact of the unalivement, 4 years later, Hudson says, "There are so many shocks involved in it. Like, who do I grieve for first, or who do I start with? Of course, I'm going to think of my mother because it's my mother. I think of her a lot. Next, I think of Julian or my brother. I have moments where it's bits and pieces. Hudson admitted she hasn't visited the gravesite of her slain family members since they were buried. Now, I want to go because I feel like we've accomplished this. We've done this. We got justice for you. I can't come back here empty-handed. I've come back with justice being served. However, this was weird for fans because most of them could not understand why she would be so quick to forgive and let go someone who unalived her family. You see, rumors of secret societies and occult practices have long plagued the entertainment industry. Hudson's rapid rise to fame and the tragic timing of her family's deaths have led some conspiracy theorists to link her to the so-called Illuminati, suggesting she made a sacrificial pact. They argue that her success came at the cost of her family's lives, pointing to the eerie alignment of events. For context, following the death of her family members, Hudson took time away from the public eye to grieve and heal. Her return was marked by a deeply emotional performance of the national anthem at the 2009 Super Bowl, which was her first public appearance after the tragedy. This performance was not only a testament to her vocal prowess, but also to her resilience and ability to channel her emotions into her art.
I promise.
In 2008, Hudson released her self-titled debut album, which was met with critical and commercial success. The album featured hits like Spotlight and earned her a Grammy Award for Best R&B Album. She continued to release successful albums including I Remember Me and J.E. Chewy, showcasing her versatility and growth as an artist. Hudson's music often reflects her personal journey with themes of love, loss, and empowerment. Her powerful voice and emotional depth have earned her a place among the most respected vocalists of her generation. Beyond music, Hudson has made significant strides in acting and television. She appeared in several films, including Sex and the City, The Secret Life of Bees, and the critically acclaimed musical Cats. Each role has demonstrated her ability to convey complex emotions and connect with audiences. Hudson also found success on television, joining the coaching panel of The Voice in both the UK and the US. Her charismatic presence and insightful mentoring have made her a favorite among contestants and viewers alike. Additionally, in 2021, she portrayed the legendary Aretha Franklin in the biopic Respect, a role that received widespread acclaim and further solidified her status as a versatile and talented performer. In any case, Jennifer Hudson is not the first artist to prosper in the wake of such a tragedy. Take A$AP Rocky, for example. Born Rakim Mayers, A$AP Rocky emerged as a significant figure in hip-hop, known for his unique style, innovative music, and charismatic personality. However, his journey to the top of the music industry has been shadowed by a series of devastating losses, each occurring eerily close to the release of his major albums. Rocky's first significant loss came in 2012, just as his career was beginning to soar. After signing a record deal with Sony Music and preparing to release his debut studio album, Long Live A$AP, he was confronted with the death of his father, Adrian Mayers. This tragic event happened mere months before the album's release, casting a pall over what should have been a purely celebratory milestone in his life. Despite the heartbreak, Rocky managed to channel his grief into his music, using his father's memory as a source of inspiration and strength. In January 2015, Rocky faced another heart-wrenching blow. His best friend and mentor, ASAP Yams, passed away unexpectedly. Yams, whose real name was Steven Rodriguez, was a co-founder of the ASAP mob and played a crucial role in shaping Rocky's career and the group's distinct sound. His death occurred just 4 months before the release of Rocky's second album, At Long Last, ASAP. The loss of Yams was not only a personal tragedy for Rocky, but also a significant blow to the entire hip-hop community, which mourned the loss of a visionary talent. In interviews, Rocky has often spoken about the profound impact Yams had on his life and career, highlighting the deep bond they shared. The string of tragedies continued in 2018, when Rocky lost his half-sister shortly before releasing his third studio album, Testing. This loss added another layer of sorrow to his already heavy heart. Rocky has expressed his belief that there is a strange, almost fateful connection between his personal losses and the timing of his album releases. He told Genius that every time he is on the verge of unveiling a new project, he loses a loved one. This recurring pattern of loss has not only affected him personally, but has also shaped the themes and emotions present in his music.
I don't know, every time I put out an album, every time I put out an album, so
In any case, the fact that nobody knows for sure if these celebrities have sacrificed people close to them does not mean that it doesn't happen in Hollywood. However, until we have solid evidence, fans can only continue to speculate. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.
You show me a real straight line in nature. If everything in the universe, everything is expressed in motion, all motion expressed in waves, all waves were curved.
In 2019, popular actor Terrence Howard was being interviewed on the red carpet when something unbelievable happened. He was asked about quitting acting after his award-winning show Empire ended, when he suddenly launched into a long scientific rant, exposing everything about our planet. Everyone was shocked by the things he said then, but they didn't think much about it at the time. Then, recently, Howard was invited to Joe Rogan's podcast, where he once again talked about the wild scientific theories he shared those years ago. People were shocked again. But what exactly did Howard say? Did he really expose all the hidden scientific truths of our planet? Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal will blow your mind. Howard's opinion on the flower of life and the curvature of nature. Terrence Howard has shown time and again that he is greatly interested in the scientific wonders of the universe. While speaking on Joe Rogan's podcast, one particular scientific work of art that mentioned being is fascinated with is the flower of life. Before he was invited to speak on the podcast, Howard had been talking about this flower for years. The flower of life is a 6,000-year-old symbol that is made up of many overlapping circles.
Now, the flower of life, it's very, very old. The concept is very old. What was the origin of the concept?
It's the oldest symbol known to mankind.
People from different parts of the world and different times in history have found it to be very important, and the flower still hasn't lost its relevance today. This symbol has been found in many ancient places and is believed to hold deep meaning. The oldest known example of the flower of life comes from Egypt. It was found at the Temple of Osiris in Abydos. This temple is about 5,000 years old. The symbol was not just drawn, it was burned into the stone. We don't know exactly how the ancient Egyptians did this, which makes it very mysterious. The flower of life is also found in China, in places like the Forbidden City in Beijing, specifically under the paws of statues called Fu dogs, which were believed to protect the emperor. In Turkey, the flower of life was found in the ancient city of Ephesus, which is about 2,600 years old. It was carved into a pillar there, showing that the Greeks and Romans also knew about it. But why exactly is Terrence Howard fixated on this incredible piece of history? Let's get into it. So it turns out that many of the people that inspire Howard were also interested in this beautiful flower. One of these people was the infamous Leonardo da Vinci. He lived about 500 years ago. Da Vinci was an artist and a scientist. He spent a lot of time drawing the flower of life and studying its shapes. He thought it could help explain how the world works. Another person that Terrence adored who was also interested in the flower of life was Pythagoras. He lived about 2,500 years ago and is known for his work in math. He and his followers believed that the flower of life held the secrets of the universe. They thought it showed the harmony and order of everything. Isaac Newton, who lived about 400 years ago, also studied the flower of life.
Because they were misled by Newton, who said everything moves in a straight line unless affected by something else.
He made many important discoveries in science, like the laws of motion. Newton thought the flower of life could help understand the nature of reality. He used its shapes in his scientific work. But what exactly does this flower of life look like, and what is it all about? Well, some scientists think the flower of life looks like the structure of atoms and molecules, which are the tiny building blocks of everything. This idea connects ancient wisdom with modern science, suggesting the flower of life shows a basic pattern of creation. The symbol is also linked to music. Some people think its shapes match the vibrations of sound. This idea comes from the ancient belief in the music of the spheres, which says that the movements of stars and planets create a kind of music.
I actually still gotta record them. I'm not gonna sit here and say that they're done, but I wanna do them this week. Honestly, I think I wanna mix, and I think I can finish them by this week. Cause this is supposed to be a free week, in some type of way. I don't think I gotta have the baby every day, so I'ma see. But I wanna mix, and I wanna finish these songs, and get them done. I'm about to roll up, and I need some fucking paper. Hey. Can't fuck with me on the slide the bins. You can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. Nah, you can't fuck with me. Nah, you can't fuck with me. Can't fuck with me. Come and slide the bins. You can't fuck with me. Said it once, I say it again. You couldn't fuck with me. You couldn't fuck with me. Nah, you couldn't fuck. That's a paper chase. I make it salivate. I'm from. Find some. Find some. There's emotion. Notons. This is ocean. This is ocean. The name is too fetty. It's too heavy. Name was too heavy. The name was too deadly. Tell you niggas, so who let me? Can't fuck with me. Orders 5, so the 10. You can't fuck with me. On the slide the bins. You can't fuck with me. Yeah, you couldn't fuck with me. Nah, you couldn't fuck with me. 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 And once I say it again, you couldn't fuck with me. Nah, you couldn't. Nah, you couldn't fuck with me. Biggest in the game, the biggest in the chain, the biggest for the pain, the soul for the pain, the nose for the cane, the toes for the pain, the drinks in the lands. See, build Alicia Keys, at the feet, we ain't get to eat. I ain't really know what you want, but I get my crew on, keep my dick up in their mouth because they need something to chew on. Going to find again, you can't fuck with me. Come to slide the bins, you can't fuck with me. Say it again, you can't fuck with me, nah, you can't fuck with me, nah, you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me. Slide the bins, you can't fuck with me. Say it again, you can't fuck with me, you can't fuck with me, nah, you can't fuck with me. Hey. Yo, that's a whole song though. When I really listened to it back, I was like, oh, it make mad sense, bro. That eyes. I was like, oh, okay. So that's a go. I just gotta mix it to my liking, and then I will be putting out an EP. I don't think this song is soft. I don't think these songs are soft enough so I could take a picture with my daughter, because that's what I really wanted to do, but I can't. These songs is too like rough. But Biggest in the game yet. Biggest in the game. Harry Winston for the chain. Dun, 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 dun. What the deal? What the deal? What the deal? What the deal? Got him. She busted. Rush it to the. Told her fucker fellas. It's a constant tink tink. I got the tinks. What the deal? 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 You should get some. Hit them. Double, I'ma flip them. Double up and flip them. Goddamn. All the killers. I'm working on the ad-libs and stuff. What the deal? This is gonna be an ad-lib song. What the deal? What the? Yeah, I smoke it. I just smoke it. We're gonna last. Cloud. Love. Bug. Hey. Yeah. Drug. Hey. Catch. Cloud. All my niggas walking like the. That'll get you. Nah, I ain't saying shit. And I ain't paying shit. And they be faking it. And they be taking it. Who bitches this? But come get up. Shots. And then the body drops. Walker like the plug. Please don't send a sub. That'll get you drunk. That'll get you. That'll get you. Two hits. That's a mega mind. 2 hits. Oh, that's a waste of time. AI on a gun. What is this, hide and seek? Hole in one. Now it's time to preach. Crap house. Slept for 34s. Grind for 30 days. Grind for 30 more. I want it all. Catch me in the club. And I show no love. All my niggas bug. Walking like the plug. Please don't send a sub. That'll get you drunk. That'll get you. That'll get you. Catch me in the club. And I show no love. All my niggas bug. Walking like the plug. Please don't send a sub. That'll get you drunk. That'll get you. That'll get you. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. This the pain reacting. Main action. Hey. Oh. Lights, camera, action. I've done made attraction. I betrayed assassin. This the pain reactor. Pops a rolling stone, live a life for chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with intent. I feel the crow. Life camera action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. This the pain reactor. Pops a rolling stone, live a life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with this. I feel the chrome. Better city. I gotta do that one. Lights, camera, action. It's the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. It's the pain reactor. Pops a rolling stone, live the life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with it 10. I feel a chrome. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. Action. It's the pain reactor. Pops a rolling stone, I live the life. Grown. Okay. Okay. Bet you that I sin again. Used to selling M&Ms, only trying to win again. Oh, okay, okay. Bet you that I sin again. Okay, okay. Bet you that I sin again. How's it? Bet you that I sin again. Used to sell them M&Ms. Used to sell them. Okay, okay, okay. Bet you that I sin again. Used to sell them M&Ms. Okay. Bet you that I sin again. Used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only trying to win. I'm only gonna. Okay. Bet you that I sin again. Used to sell them M&Ms. Only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's 10 of them. I'm shooting like it's 10 of them. I'm coming from the tenements. I'm coming from the tenement. I'm coming from the tenement. Shooting like it's 10 of them. I'm coming from the tenements. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't get the sentiment. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't get your sentiment. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't hear the sentiment. I don't get the sentiment. I don't like this. I don't get you talking, but I don't get you sentiment. Don't. Bet you that I sin again. You should sell a M&M. You should sell a M&M. Untrained reaction. This is a reaction. Untrained reaction. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. This the pain reacting. Pops a rolling stone, live the life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with the 10. I crawl the chrome. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. This the pain reacting. Pops a rolling stone, live the life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone, all the 10. Bet you that I sit again. Used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only trying to win again. Timid, huh? Damn, hold on, start again. Okay, bet you that I win again. Used to. Bet you that I said. Okay, here you go. There. Bet you that I sin again. Used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's Eminem. I'm coming from the tenements. You can I'll do it again. Hey. Bet you that I sin again. I used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's 10 of them. I'm coming from the tenements. I hear that you. I hear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bet you that I said again. Used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's 10 of them. I'm coming from them tenements. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't hear the sentiment. Somewhere. I said, don't like the sentiment. This summertime we finish him. Summertime we finish him. Summertime we finish him. Summertime we finish him. Finish him. I don't like your sentiment. Summertime we finish him. I said, summertime we finish him. Yeah, we handle business with the murders, how we blended in. I said. I said, summertime we finish him. Yeah, we handle business, but with the yeah, we handle business with the murders. Yeah, we handle business with the murders. With the murders, we got with the murders. We handle business with the murders. We just with the murders. We just blended in. Hey, hold up, 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 hold up. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. It's a pain reaction. Pops a rolling stone, live a life or chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with intent. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. This the pain reacting. Pops a rolling stone. I live a life for chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with all the 10. I feel a chrome, Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. Just the pain reacting. Pops a rolling stone. Live a life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel a chrome with all the 10. I bet you that I sin again. I used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's 10 of them. I'm coming from them tenements. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't like the sentiment. In summertime, we finish them. We finish them. Summertime, we finish them. Yeah, we handle business with the murders. We just blended in. Yeah, we handle business with the murders. We just blended in. You get sentenced for a sentence and no, ain't no synonym. You get sentenced for a sentence. Okay. You get sentenced for a sentence. No, it ain't no synonym. 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 I'm not spelling that. I started off. I picked C. I was wrong right off the bat. I would have asked. I picked a C. I was wrong right off the back. I didn't even know how to spell that. I was so. I was going down the wrong road completely. That's funny. Yeah. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm a trained assassin. It's the pain reacting. Pops a rolling stone. I live a life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone. All the 10. I feel the chrome. Lights, camera, action. I'm the pain attraction. I'm a trained assassin. It's the pain reacting. Pops a rolling stone. I live a life to chill your bones with the sin. I feel alone with all the 10. I feel. Bet you die not sin again. I used to sell them M&Ms. I'm only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's 10 minutes. I'm coming from them tenements. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I I don't like the sentiment. In summertime, we finish him. Yeah, we handle business, but with the murder shit, we blended in. Yeah, hit the murder shit, we blended in. You get sentenced for a sentence. No, that ain't a sentiment. No, that ain't a okay. You get sentenced for a sentence. No, it ain't no synonym. Say it one time. Synonym. Synonym. No, it ain't no synonym. You get sentenced for a sentence. No, it ain't no. I'm not taking. I'm taking that down. I'm just gonna leave out the murder. With the murder, we just blended in. The murder, we just blended in. Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. Bet you that I sin again. You should sell them M&Ms. I'm only gonna win again. I'm shooting like it's 10 minutes. I'm coming from them 10 of them. Yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't like the sentiment. Some of you finish them. Yeah, I handle business, and one of the time we blended in. I'll leave that like that. I don't want to drown myself out. Do. Nigga, play this shit, bitch. Don't play with me. How many times? How many times? How many times? How many times? How many? Bless you. Hey, how many times? I kicking out. How many times? They giving me looks. How many times I'm making them shut? How many times they step on my foot? How many? How many times? How many times? How many times? How many times? How many? I don't really. I got like words. Just how many times I kick and I push? How many times? How many times? How many times they giving me look? How many times I'm making them shut? How many times? How many times they giving me looks? How many times they step on my foot? How many times I'm making them shook? How many times I kick and I push? How many times? How many crimes? How many dimes? How many fines? How many? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to. I might freestyle this song and see what come out. Get lit, and then that's it. Champagne. How many times? Let me look. How many times I kick and I push? How many times? How many times? How many times? How many rhymes? How many dimes? How many times they over? How many? How many? Yeah.
Says, and he brought me into
Check
the
what?
inner court of the Lord's house. And behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun toward the east. He is telling us, this is not ancient history. This is stuff that was
This pilot from Yakut